I think Saka did very well in the Euros, particularly the earlier games.
Yeah,
And sometimes you felt he was the one person who had the confidence to be playing his natural game, getting down that wing and all the rest of it.
yeah,
So probably I would say Elise would be number three.
yeah,
Great player, as I've said, but I put him at number three. Then
yeah,
with Saka, who, as I've said, I think is growing season by season into a great player.
yeah.
Um, I put him at number two. Yeah.
Number two.
So
Yeah,
number one, Cole Palmer.
yeah. I think I fairly agree with you. The only slight difference or the only slight change that I would make to your list would be um, Maino for Saka.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think I think that's the only. I think Saka's great. He's a great
Mm,
he's a great footballer, and obviously he did score.
he is.
He did score a goal in the Euros. But I think
Yeah.
Maino, for the stage that he is in his life at the moment, and in his life football life as well, I
Mhm.
think he took great risk playing amongst the big boys. I think
Yeah.
this is my opinion, and that's the only reason. But I think Saka is still better.
Still
Um,
very good. Yeah.
yeah, I think Saka is still very good, but I just think the lad took a great risk. Um, even though they weren't playing very well, he still,
Mm,
he didn't let that, sort of impact his form or game. Um,
yeah.
I don't think Saka did either, but yeah, there you go. But it's a good thing it's not in any particular list. But it was fun. It was
Yeah.
fun it was fun just seeing where these players are,
Yeah.
in their footballing career, just to see. Um, so we go back to the most valuable. So we've touched on Solanke, we've touched on Musiala, Olise, Gallagher, Rice. We've still got um, James, Chelsea's James.
All right. Yeah.
Now,
Is it Leighton? Not Leighton James. Can't think of his name. But anyway,
yeah. So he's
Reece James, isn't it?
Reece
Yeah.
James.
Reece
Yeah,
James.
that's it. That's the one. He's 40 million euros. Is it what 40 million?
I don't know. I mean, I think he was injured before the Euros, wasn't he? Otherwise, he most likely would have
Yeah,
played
yeah,
in them. I got to be honest. He's a player in a way that my boy Paul and I don't argue about, but we disagree on.
yeah.
Paul thinks that he's a really good player. Shame he wasn't in the Euros, he said. Whereas I see him as a bit more. He's obviously a good player, but he's a bit more closer to being average. I don't see him as a great player.
No,
And might we just say there, just to briefly bring in the women, because his sister is a very prominent England and Chelsea and England player, isn't she?
all right.
She's one of the best players in the
In the sport.
women's England team.
Wow.
I mean, because she got in the women's competition. Or I can't remember what competition it was, but she actually got banned, didn't she? Because she trod on someone, not viciously, but you
Yeah.
remember that after one game or something. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. She's a very good footballer, but yeah, James is good, but I don't think I would be looking to buy him at all. No,
No, no. Well, I haven't really seen much of his game anyway, so
no.
I can't really comment on it. I think the next one is Colwill, Chelsea's Colwill. What do we know about him?
Ben, isn't it? Colwell.
Colwill,
Ben.
yeah.
Yeah, he used to be. I think he used to play at Brighton. I might be wrong on that, but I think he's a very good player. But has he been transferred then? Has he gone?
Um, There's
or
no,
just valuing him?
yeah, I think they're just valuing him at 50 million euro.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, I think he's very good, actually. I do. I'm not sure I mean, he's in competition with Cucurella, isn't he? The French long-haired fullback, who, again, I think had quite a good Euros, as I remember.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, Ben Colwell, I think, I'm sure that is his name, isn't it? Ben Colwell? Sure it is.
yeah, Colwell,
He's
yeah.
a good player. I'm not sure I put him in at 50 million category at all, but
No,
he's a pretty solid defender. So yeah, I think he's all right.
yeah. I think the next one is Matson. Matson, I think it's Aston Villa's Matson. I'm gone. Uh,
What's his
uh,
name again?
Matson. Matsen. Matson.
MWAT Metzen. Who's he play for them? I don't think I know him, do I?
I think it's looks like he plays for Villa. I think it's Ian Matson. He's a Dutch international.
No, I can't comment because I don't know
No,
of him at all.
yeah, yeah, one of the kids from Chelsea Academy. Anyway, let's see what the next one is. Max. There isn't much to go on the list now. So Bolka, you
Who?
know, Bolka, Bulka.
Volker.
Yeah, Bolka.
Volker.
No,
VELKK. Who,
B, B U.
who's he play for? You're
I'm trying to find out where he plays for now.
you're
Present.
throwing names at me I don't even
I
recognise.
know. I don't. I don't even reckon. I'm trying to find out where he plays for now.
You're
Present.
throwing names at me I don't even
I
recognise.
know. I don't. I don't even reckon. I don't even recognize them either. Hang on. I'll find out in a minute. Footballer.
But in
Uh,
the meantime, can I ask you a question then, of what
Go
you
on then.
think about something?
Yeah.
They've made quite a significant change. I don't know whether you've read about it. To VAR for this coming
Oh
season.
no, I haven't.
Did you know that?
No, I
Yeah. What
haven't.
apparently what are you going to do? Because there's often controversy about it,
Yeah.
about decisions, and particularly in our league here, as against some of the European and other leagues, they often take an age to just make the decision. I mean, I think one of the last games at Palace last season, we were waiting for 4 minutes plus for a decision, which in fact it did go Palace's way. I think it was a goal.
Yeah.
Um, but it seemed, either it was or it wasn't. It was an offside thing. So that really is either it was or it wasn't. But it took a
Yeah.
long time. So there's all sorts of complaints. But the new system, that's not going to change like that. But at any time during the game, us fans can on our phones
Yeah.
tune into Stockley Park, which is the place where the video assistant referee is based,
Yeah.
and you can obviously you'll have options, but you can get all the decisions, the reason for the decisions. You'll get, I believe, replays and all much more information for fans. So rather, obviously they can't really put it on the screen. If the stadium has a screen, it will interrupt the football.
Yeah.
So to think we can tune in on our phones if we don't like a decision or don't know how the decision was reached, we'll be able to do that. And I think that's a big step forward. I don't know what you think.
Well, I don't think it's a good thing.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
it
like
is.
it's like bringing a mass judge into into the game.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
that's going to disrupt the game because there's going to be a lot. Is it like it feels like a talent show now, where
Mm.
you have to press your button if you agree with a singer. Press A to vote for this singer or that. That's they're making a mockery of it. I don't
Yeah, but
agree.
that's you don't get a vote with this. You just get
Right.
to see how they've made a decision. It's not going to be an opportunity to judge or to vote or anything like that. It's just they know people don't always agree or don't always understand
Right.
how a decision is reached. So at least giving the fans information that
Right.
will hopefully, I mean, people will still disagree with the decision perhaps, but I still think it's good to get more information,
Would
which
it,
is
would
what
it,
it's about, I guess.
yeah, but would they give feedback? Would they be able to give feedback to say,
Yeah.
this is what I think about that decision? Would they, do you know if they'd be able to give feedbacks? No?
I don't know. That I'm not.
No.
I didn't see anything along those lines. What I did think was good, going back to the Euros, I think it was ITV. They had a woman, if you like,
Yeah, they did.
person.
They
Yeah,
did.
she was an
Yeah,
American ref actually in the past. I don't know whether
yeah,
she still does ref out there.
yeah,
But when there was a VAR decision, the commentator said, "Right, let's go to her for what she thinks will happen."
yeah,
And I found her really good, really eloquent. She would describe what had happened, and as on the few times, well, quite a few times I saw her, I think one exception where the decision turned out different to what she'd said.
yeah.
I think she was very accurate, and it made you realise the whole process is or should be almost an exact science.
Absolutely, yeah,
Because she said, well, that player did that, but that's not enough for the ref to overrule that, and then this, that, and the other.
yeah,
And 9 times out of 10 or more, she got the decision right. And I found her quite refreshing. What's disappointing me was sometimes there was feedback from others, perhaps on Twitter or whatever, on
yeah,
X, saying they got fed up with her. But I for one, thought she was very good. And
yeah,
again, I think in the women's Euros or World Cup, whatever the last competition was,
yeah,
when the woman ref had to go to the side to look at the screen at the instructions of VAR,
yeah.
she would then made her decision, turn round, she was mic'd up.
Because it,
Sometimes I need to be stopped, Emmy Hikins, you know
no,
that.
no, you were really into it. I thought, nah, let's go, let's get to the bottom of this. Investigative journalism.
But
Yeah,
all I was going to finish to say was that when they turned round, before they then blew the whistle and said what would happen, they announced it. The woman ref announced to the crowd, "Well, this is my decision. This is why I made that decision." All quite quick, and then they got on with it. And it just felt, even at that competition a few months ago,
yeah,
that they were trying to involve the crowd, so the crowd knew how those decisions were reached. So I
yeah,
think what's happening now to VAR can only be a good thing. I can't think it's going to be controversial at all. So
yeah,
it'll be interesting to see how the season goes. Yeah.
yeah. Well, unless they start asking people for comments, it
Yeah,
could,
they could do. Yeah.
yeah, well, yeah. As long as they don't take it on board and just let people talk, that's all right.
No, I don't think it'll be like that. I think it's just
Yeah,
giving you information. Whether they
yeah,
then have feedback on it, I don't know.
yeah.
We'll see.
Sort of what that lady was doing on ITV.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah,
Yeah,
which I
yeah,
think is good.
yeah. Well, that's
And
good. Yeah, yeah,
and
that's
just the other thing I was going to say, we mentioned the women ref, and also
yeah,
Reece James's sister. And I think we should also say well done to Emma Hayes, who, as you probably know, is now the manager of the US women's team, because
yeah,
they won the Olympic gold, which, she's
yeah.
been there a few weeks. So what an achievement that is, really, isn't it?
I saw that. Yeah, I
Excellent.
saw that.
Yeah.
She is really, really doing well, isn't she?
Yeah, she
Yeah.
is.
When
She really
Serena
is.
goes, I wouldn't be surprised if she's the next woman on the job.
Yeah.
I was
I'm
going to
not
say
sure she'd
next
want
man
to
of
come
the
back.
yeah,
Yeah, I don't think she'd want to come back. I don't know that. But I mean, she spent 8 years
yeah,
playing, I think, or maybe honing her management skills in America. So she's well experienced out there.
yeah,
And she said when she won this Olympic gold thing for the team, that she loves America and she's so pleased she's out there with her little lad. I think he's 6.
yeah.
So whether she'd want to come back, I don't know. But anyway, just it's worth a mention, isn't it, on our football referee
It
that
is
she did a
absolutely,
great achievement. Yeah.
absolutely, because we love women football as well, don't we?
Yep,
On,
we do.
yeah, we do on this show. Yeah. So We've had a really great show, bro. You
Good
know,
chat. Good
yeah,
chat, cuz. Yeah.
we've had a really great show. So would like to bring the show to a close. You've been watching and listening to the football referee with myself, Emmy Hikins, and he calls me bruv.
And myself, Trevor Gear, and he calls me cuz.
Yeah. So it's goodbye from me.
And it's goodbye from me.
Yeah. See you again next season.